All right, YouTube family. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this Efengrow Ef-149 that I actually received as a Christmas present. And I just kind of wanted to explain real quick why I am probably more excited about this knife than maybe any other knife I own, any other fixed blade at least. So, a little bit about me. So I'm a mason for that's what I do for a living is brick masonry, brick, block, stone. So I make my living with this, which I think that's kind of cool. I guess I'm obsessed with knives. I collect blades, and I make my living with a carbon steel blade. So this tool is in my hand, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes more. And I like the Rose trowel. It's W Rose brand, made in USA. And something that you may not know about trowels in general is that as far as the Rose trowels, they make a limber trowel, so it's very flexible. See if I can. Very bendy, very flexible, and tried to put a like a tin under this blanket here to have something hard to kind of press against to show you, but you get the idea. It's a very flexible, limber blade. And I'm sorry my camera work's not the greatest, but back to the story. So, um, I love knives, I love blades, I love steel. Someday I would like to make my own fixed blades, learn how to forge and work the steel and heat treat my own steel. And I think that would be an amazing thing to learn how to do. I've never done it before, um, except for one of those little horseshoe knives that I got to forge in um, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and that was really cool. But so in my mind, I had this idea for a couple of years, I guess, about what I think would be a perfect fixed blade. Quote unquote perfect fix all around fixed blade. A do it all, anything and everything fixed blade. And in my mind's eye, I thought a round handle, like like a trowel handle, because I guess for one, it's what I'm used to, and I'm comfortable with it. I have a lot of practice with it. Um, so a round handle, and then as far as blade shape, a few different makers make like a leaf shaped blade like this, and I just think that a symmetrical blade like that would is probably just the all around can do anything, not specifically for any particular task, but could, kind of jack of all trades, master of none kind of a shape would be a symmetrical blade with a round handle. And then lo and behold, Efengrow comes out with this 149, and it's basically the knife that I had imagined for years in my mind. The handle is a little blocky. It's not round in the sense that this is a literal round handle. So I think I would actually like it if it was actually, straight up round, not flat on the sides like this. But so I saw a another YouTuber had gotten one of these knives and was testing it and talking about it and going over the specs. And this was several months ago, and I'm watching this YouTuber on my phone, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, that's the knife, like that's the design. That's what I want. That's what in my mind I would imagine is a, a perfect all around everything knife. And and they made it. And I'm a huge fan of Legion Tactical Cutlery, and he's on Facebook. Gruggs is the gentleman's name. He's on Facebook and he's on YouTube, and he does such a volume of knife videos that I could never hope to even, um, come anywhere close to the amount of knives that he has and the knowledge that he has with all those blades is obscene. He's absolutely probably my favorite YouTuber ever as far as knife cutlery YouTubers. Legion Tactical Cutlery, Gruggs. He if the knife has been made, there's a good chance that he has held it, tested it, used it, or owns one, or all of the above. But getting a little off topic here. So I thought that would be, hopefully interesting as far as what I had thought in my mind is, the perfect all around knife, round handle, symmetrical blade. And I tell you what, if Efengrow didn't absolutely nail it, I was not expecting this thickness. Like, holy moly macaroni. This thing has got to be, I want to say they call it 8 millimeters thick on the specs. And it probably is. I do not have a micrometer, so I have not measured this spine, but that sucker is made out of a slab of N690. It's only saving grace because I am not a fan of huge, thick blades anymore. They're difficult to cut with, and I just think that a knife that I'm going to carry on my hip doesn't need to be thicker than a few sixteenths, you know, like a butcher knife. Maybe a little bit heftier than a cheap butcher knife, but not 8 millimeters. Like this thing is like a hatchet, and so you would think that's a downside that it is monstrously thick. But because they run a flat grind clear from this beautiful fuller, it's a flat grind all the way down. It's not bad to cut with. It is very slicey, even with that monstrous thickness. And it looks like my camera is actually playing nice for once. I normally cannot get good close-up videos. So happy day. Oh, there it went. I spoke too soon. Sorry, guys. But so I will be doing a salt test on this N690 because I've read very good things as far as the stain resistance on N690. It's supposed to be very, very stain resistant, but maybe you need to sharpen it a little more often than some other stainless steels. So I haven't done anything heavy with it yet. All these scratches is just from pulling it in and out of the sheath. So that's just like I literally have not even chopped anything, or I think I carved a 2x4 a little bit just to test the edge, and it comes shaving sharp. I mean, it was paper slicing, hair popping sharp when I got it. But I'm gonna just mix up some really stout salt brine, and dip my finger in it, and then put a nice spot somewhere on the blade, and just leave it for a couple of days and just see what kind of stain resistance I get or stainage that I get. But I am absolutely so excited for this thing. Beautiful, symmetrical, and you can get the handle in the red, white, and blue, or they have a green G10 or black. And my amazing wife knew that I would want the red, white, and blue, so America all the way. And if I decide that I want to round this handle off a little more, it may even make it look even cooler as far as opening up or exposing some of the layers of the micarta. I think I said G10, but I think this is micarta. So thanks, guys. I will definitely do some testing and get some video of some cutting and chopping with this thing. Absolutely in love with that knife, and I can't wait to put it through the paces. So thanks, guys. Enjoy.